Oh, goddamn. Goddamn, good turn. I must center myself now. Focus. Just breathe. I know at the end of the day it's only just a movie. I know. But it just really pisses me off that overrated pieces of garbage like that get so much praise from critics, even from people who like the film. If you like this movie, that's cool. I will say nothing against it. I hold nothing against anybody who likes any movie. That's why we all have differences of opinion. Like I said, understandable if you like the movie. I understand. But the thing is, I will just disagree. I will understand the praise for this film from both sides of people and critics. It just completely aggravates me to no end that piece of shit like that they get the pass, whatever, while films that are underrated like Deep Rising and hell, I just reviewed this, they get so much shit on. They get shit on. Maximum Overdrive, Deep Rising, The Relic, let's see what else. What are the good horror films that I think are so underrated? Let's see here. Was I Deep Rising, The Relic? Hell, like I said, as I mentioned, Maximum Overdrive. I have a poster. I'll even put Deep Blue Sea because some people don't like it, some people don't. I love Deep Blue Sea. That's way better than that. Congo. It's not a horror film, but it has some elements of it does. That's an underrated film, Congo. The Blob. Chuck Russell's The Blob from 1988. All these horror films are better than this. This is what we call horror. So yeah, and some people are looking forward to this big rant. So here you are. This. On the front cover right there, 5 freaking stars. Yeah, so everybody see me like this, you know, see my face like that. That's much see my face like this close up. This is much scarier than anything in this. 5 stars, an expert piece of daylit terror. 5 stars, my ass. Let's see here. The horror genre has found a new master in filmmaker from Ari Aster. Really? Ari Aster, yeah. Before I jump all over the place, before I unleash this, first, I'm gonna drink first, and it's milk, by the way. Whoever always drinking these cups has always been milk. Now, Midsommar came out in 2019. Made a little bit of money from the studio by A24, which made a lot of shitty horror films. This film, Hereditary, from the same director, Ari Aster, or Aster, or Ari Aster. I forgot they made Tusk Kevin Smith, piece of shit. It Comes at Night, piece of garbage. The Witch I ranted long ago, from 2015 I think it was, piece of shit, overrated. It seems like every horror film they've done, The Lighthouse I was not a fan of. Although Willem Dafoe and Robert Pattinson, they were good in their acting though, but overall I was not a fan of The Lighthouse. I like the black and white concept though of it, but overall I was not a fan of it. It just seems like whenever they choose to do horror films, it becomes overrated garbage. Although Uncut Gems, Adam Sandler, who gave his best performance in his career, that gets no Oscar Oscar nominations at all, not from Adam Sandler. The Disaster Artist, a good comedy, about how the comings of making of that film The Room. Dave Franco and his brother James Franco. I like The Disaster Artist. It's to say that whenever they do horror, so, but this is supposed to be scary and creepy. It's not. 83% of Rotten Tomatoes. Freaking fresh. This doesn't deserve that. 83% of Rotten Tomatoes. A 7.1 on IMDb. Why? All this was a bland, definitely boring. As much as I ranted on trucks, it was boring. This is more explicitly boring. This does not need to be close to 2.5 hours. Almost 2.5 hours for this boring, overlong movie. I want to throw this again. It feels good to throw this freaking thing. And listen, this gets shit on. You know what? I wish the Green Goblin truck would just come in and just run all these people, everybody here, where all this stuff is happening. The Green Goblin truck. Here's my story. Green Goblin truck possessed, runs everybody down while it's playing its radio AC/DC, all the songs from AC/DC. There you go. That'd be a much better movie. How about that? All of a sudden, they're all in this cult with the lead girl, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, the Green Goblin truck playing AC/DC comes in, runs everybody down. There you go. I just made a better movie for everybody. I just don't understand why unreal horror films like those, they get shit on, but this gets the pass, and that's because it's called a horror film. The lead girl, Florence Pugh, whatever her last name is. I ranted a while back. I ranted on Black Widow. She plays Scarlett Johansson's sister. She was horrible in that, and she's horrible, much worse than this. She was a shitty character. I don't give a damn about her. I don't give a damn about any of the characters in this movie. I don't care about anybody at all. Man. And it's a good thing I did not see this in 2019. Otherwise, this definitely been on my worst list of 2019. It definitely would have. It's a good thing I didn't see in the theater for it. Didn't take my money for that. Thank God. You don't care about any of the characters in this movie. That's the thing. The story is boring. The pacing is boring. And so are all the characters. Well, they're shitty characters anyway. The lead girl, how this whole thing sets up in the beginning. See that? Burp on this movie, I wanted to. In this movie, the lead girl has a sister. She killed her parents and committed suicide. And how she set this up was so ridiculous. Why couldn't you just if you want to go that far and set this whole thing up, why just get a gun and just be quick about it? Shoot the parents and shoot herself. Why? It says she takes this whole plan to. She starts both their cars up, runs exhaust hose, one into the parents' bedroom, duct tapes it. Which is it funny when you're. Even when I'm in bed, I would be able to smell car exhaust. That's number one. You know, but apparently these parents are perfectly asleep in bed, and yet they don't yet smell car exhaust. They don't smell. Even when you're sleeping, you're breathing. You're like, you would wake up like, what does that smell? Is there a fire or whatever? No. They're just perfectly asleep in bed, and they don't smell car exhaust. You don't smell that crap, do you? And they die from the exhaust. And the how the sister commits suicide is so laughable. I'm not exaggerating. It is so laughable. Like I said, this is stuff that gets this is the stuff that gets the pass in this movie. She dies. She puts a car exhaust in her mouth and duct tapes it to her mouth, and she dies from that. It's like this. Well, there's also duct tape to her mouth. That just comes off very laughable and very silly. It was supposed to be creepy because of the way it's set up. No, it's not. It's silly and it's laughable. Couldn't just happen to take a gun, shoot the parents, and kill herself. Get to go to the extent of length to set this whole exhaust hose, garden hose, whatever, to the parents and do it to her duct tape. It seems like it's a very ridiculous way to plan this whole just to kill your parents and kill yourself. It's just very silly, and when I watch it, I just laugh my ass off because it's very laughable. It's not scary, not creepy at all. Anyway, but this says our lead girl, Florence. I'll just call her Florence. I don't care about her last name. From Black Widow. She's going a difficult time because of what happened. The boyfriend, he wants to go to this festival in Sweden, but he doesn't want to take her with her. But she asks her, she says yes. Then so they go with these other friends to this festival in Sweden, wherever. And these other guys, they all go with him because he wants to do this thesis. He wants to do a thesis about this stuff, this culture of these people in Sweden, to having this Midsummer festival. And then the one where they're going is when they finally they're driving, the camera's all upside down. I mean, it is a well-filmed movie. I'll give it that, though. It is a well-filmed movie, but that's not enough to save the movie. Ari Aster. This film was overrated, and so is its director. They say this guy, who is it? They say is a new master. The horror genre has found a new master and filmmaker. I'm sorry. To me, in my opinion, James Wan is. He's made better horror films than this. The first Saw film, even Dead Silence. Dead Silence is more of a thriller, suspense though, but still, Dead Silence is much better than this. So is Dead Silence. This is the first Saw film, The Conjuring, Insidious. Hell, you want to speak of those? Malignant. Malignant, it came out this year. I love Malignant. I reviewed it at the beginning of this month. Malignant from James Wan. Sorry, James Wan is a better horror director than this guy is. And when this came out, Malignant didn't perform nothing. The film flopped. It did nothing. And that also what pisses me off. And I'm sorry, also, Gabriel, is anyone who's seen Malignant, you know what I'm talking about. Gabriel is a much more scarier villain than any of these stupid people in this movie. That's the thing. Besides, have the Green Goblin truck come in and run everybody over. Get Gabriel in here and just go full on John Wick and slash all these people to bits. That's right. Yeah. So that's a good combination. The Green Goblin truck brings in Gabriel, hitches a ride, and then they kill everybody. Malignant is a great horror film, which was how this film does not have. Malignant has characters that I liked, better filmed action sequences, and a surprise twist I did not see coming. And the score is much better. The score is fantastic. Well, this score is nothing. The music of this film is nothing. Yeah. After that, Malignant, Gabriel is a much better villain than any of these. Yeah, Gabriel comes in, it takes that freaking what he used as a trophy from the trophy, and starts slashing everybody to bits, sticking in knives, sticking in necks, heads, or smashing people's faces in, breaking arms, or ripping throats out. Gabriel was a kick-ass villain. And it's such the way it was for our character, Madison. Madison. Or if you prefer the character's real name, Emily. You know, going backwards and all that. *Malignant* is a great horror film. James Wan is a better horror director than Ari Aster. I'm sorry. In my opinion, James Wan is a better horror director. Hey, more off tangent here. When they get there, the girl is still disturbed. They get to this festival. All these people dressed in white robes and wear a bunch of flowers. A bunch of flowers. See, there you go again. It's trying to make me puke out bullcrap. Bunch of flowers. And they keep on. They dance for like the times where they're dancing. It seems like for a freaking eternity. Oh, and the guys doing going about his thesis, or stupid dialogue where the boyfriend tries to apologize, and then was the girlfriend, the lead girl, saying, "Oh, you didn't apologize. You said sorry," which means too bad. So you're telling me saying you're sorry is not an apology? That means too bad. If I would just do, if I saw, I just want to jump through that screen and strangle that character, the lead girl. You didn't apologize. You just said sorry, which means too bad. Strangle these characters. Strangle everybody. This is what dialogue is, and they're getting close again. They're drinking crap, and eventually everybody's getting all drugged up, right? And one was like, "Oh, why is the sky blue? What time is it? It's 9 p.m. Really? Why is that? The sky's blue." Because apparently in that part of time, it's daytime still. When it's nighttime, it's still daytime. It's like, what is it? This sky is blue. That can't be. It's daytime, wherever. I don't give a shit. This is all this stupid dialogue. And then it comes to what I thought the stupidest part. There's these two old people. They talking. They're yapping, and they get carried up a cliff, and they jump off it. Woman dies, but not the old guy. The old guy survives, and then this one person comes in with a freaking giant hammer. Which, by the way, you see that? Right there where I'm pointing. Right where my finger is. So yeah. I wish that was bigger. Wish the hammer they're carrying was bigger like that. Like Susanoo Kamizuki from Devil is a Part-Timer comes in with her big and freaking hammer. Although it's not as big as that though, but still, might as well be. And just smashes the guy's face in. Yeah, granted, it's a nice practical effect. Okay, I give you that though, but there's 100 horror films that has good gore in it. Sorry to break it. And do you know what happens after that? After they saw these two old people die. This is what agitates me, so no one. This is what aggravates me. This is why it gives me such a freaking headache. After that, when those two people die, the boyfriend and the other guy, the one who's also doing the thesis, that's what they're talking about. They talk about their thesis. They go and say, "Oh wait, that's my thesis. You're stealing my thesis. Go find your own subject." You just saw two old people die. A guy got his face smashed in by a freaking giant hammer. And all you two are bitching about is your goddamn thesis. Your thesis. Oh, that's right, you're stealing my thesis. Go find your own subject. See this? You see this? I have never been so aggravated in my film. It's one of those very few films that gets me so aggravated because this is the script that the critics praise for. People are praising this film over stupid decisions like this. You just saw two people die, and all you do, both of you are bitching about each other, is your goddamn thesis. You know what? And after what I've said, you two deserve to die. These two guys deserve to die. I have no sympathy for these people at all. You deserve to die because you guys are being such fucking idiots. If that was me, I would get the hell out of there. I tell everybody, you know what? My ass is gone. I'm leaving all you guys behind. Bye-bye. I'm going back to the States. Screw you guys. Screw your thesis. I'm out of here. I'm hauling ass, and I'm getting myself back on a plane to the States. God damn it. I'm sure people are getting a kick out of this. Hey, like I said, this is for fun as well because it's nice to unleash all this anger and aggression out. I know it's a movie, but, at the same time, it's fun at the same time. It's fun to unload all this aggression and anger out. Because it just pisses me off that underrated films like I said, like Maximum Overdrive, Deep Rising, The Relic, like I said, even Deep Blue Sea, Congo, The Blob. Even sequels, some sequels too, I think are underrated too. The Predator 2, and I'm trying to find what other films out there are so underrated. Christine, I enjoy. I think it's a little more praise. Graveyard Shift. That's an underrated one. That gets shit on. I don't know why. I love Graveyard Shift. In the Mouth, John Carpenter's In the Mouth of Madness. Serpent in the Rainbow. People Under the Stairs. Shocker. All these movies are better than this. Overrated. This is one of the most overrated movies I've seen. Let alone overrated horror films I've seen in general. And this director should not be directing any more movies. I don't care if people think he's popular or whatever. He shouldn't be directing any more movies. This guy is overrated as hell. It's the same with his movies. Hereditary sucked. Overrated. And I just don't know that he's going to direct another horror film. And it's going to star Joaquin Phoenix. Great. Dragging Joaquin Phoenix for that. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure Joaquin Phoenix will be fine, though, because he hardly gets bad performance, but still. This guy should not be directing any more movies. I think he's an overrated... I'm sorry. James Wan is a better horror director. Of this new generation of horror genre, James Wan beat you to it. With Saw, The Conjuring, Insidious, and freaking Malignant. Like I said, Malignant. Gabriel is a better villain than any of these people. Like I said, he comes in... Like I said, even with... He rides in the Green Goblin truck. The Green Goblin truck runs everybody over. And Gabriel comes in and starts hacking and slashing people to bits. Smashing faces, breaking body parts, whatever. That would be a much better movie, and I get more satisfying because I don't care about any of these characters. But anyway, yeah. After that ridiculous scene with the two people and the two guys bitching about their thesis, the lead girl, she's crying and crying and crying. For a second, there's smoke coming out of her mouth. Why? She just basically just farted out of her mouth, basically. And for a second, she thought she sees her sister. She's starting to go nuts. Crying 20 times in this movie. She's like, oh. And then for some reason, there was the group of women. When she's crying, they start crying with her. And then one by one, each of the people are getting killed. Other friends are getting killed. And frankly, I don't care. I don't care about these characters, so I've got no sympathy for them. Like the one guy, the other guy who was bitching at the boyfriend about also about his thesis. He gets hit in the head. Before that, he sees one of his friend, a person wearing his friend's face, and then he gets hit in the head, and that's it. One of them, I think, forget dies off screen. Because I think he pissed on this sacred tree, and people took offense to that, and then you think he just dies off screen. And the boyfriend, he gets drugged up and takes this with this woman, and they both fuck each other. And while they're doing that, a whole bunch of women were also naked as well. They're just going, oh, both watching the woman and the boyfriend fuck each other. Then the girlfriend sees this. Florence sees this. And also, and the one guy that took him to this festival, the one guy who was like basically taken him to the festival, he's in on it, and one day leads to another, which this comes straight out. This the funny thing is, this comes straight out of The Wicker Man. This ending is a complete ripoff of The Wicker Man, which is quite funny. When the 2006 remake with Nicolas Cage, much better movie. But as bad as that movie is, The Wicker Man remake is better than this. Yeah, I'm saying that with a straight face. I would rather take the funny scene of Nicolas Cage with the whole thing with not the bees, over any of this. At least Nicolas Cage, he was punching people in the face, and he was kicking people too. Oh, and by the way, Nicolas Cage was wearing a bear suit in the Wicker Man movie. The boyfriend gets put into a bear suit as well, because it's straight out. This ending is straight out of. So that film gets shit on, although critics would praise this film, and yet the ending is a ripoff of the ending of The Wicker Man, because. Here's the similarities. At the end, Nicolas Cage wore a bear suit, and the boyfriend is put into the bear suit, but he's still drugged up, but he can't move, though. But still, he's in a bear suit. They get to put this one thing, Nicolas Cage in that big giant Burning Man stick figure, but the boyfriend and the other bodies, too, are put into this one place, and they both get set on fire. Just like the Wicker Man set on fire, this yellow triangle building gets set on fire with the boyfriend still in it, in a bear suit, but he can't move. And yet the woman, the lead girl Florence, she's covered in flowers, and then she starts smiling because now she's crazy. She's now crazy, just smiling. Because now she's now lost it now. And while the people in the back, they're cheering, they're chanting. It's the same thing like in the Wicker Man remake. So people think of this film was good because they took the Wicker Man remake shitty ending and made make it better. Sorry, the Wicker Man from 2006 with Nicolas Cage, I'm sorry, is much better than this movie. I'm sorry. I'm saying this. I'm saying, and I'm not exaggerating. I'm saying this with a straight face. So many stupid things. It just aggravates me to no end. The dialogue, the things that take place. Oh, you see two people jump to their deaths. One person gets the old guy gets their face smashed, but the next thing you're bitching about your thesis. And you know what? You deserve to die because I get no sympathy. Yeah, did he die? The boyfriend died in the bear suit. I don't care about him. I have no sympathy for the character. He was stupid enough. All he cares about his thesis, and that was it. Same with the other guy, and he dies. Just whack on the head, but I don't care about him. I don't care about any of these characters in the movie. They're stupid, and they deserve to die. And the lead girl, she's now crazy. Which, although always way to get away from her for what happened to her family, which also was Like with the sister and the parents was silly and laughable. Oh, they ran out of car exhaust under in the parents' bedroom, but yet you can't. The parents, even when sleeping, you don't smell the shit. You know, you don't smell car exhaust. I would. And with the way with the how the sister kills herself with the kill herself with setting herself with the garden hose too, it was just laughable and silly. The dialogue, like, oh, you didn't apologize, you just said you're sorry, which means too bad. So yeah, that's another thing. Yeah, saying you're sorry is not an apology. It means it's too bad. Oh, I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say that. I mean too bad. That's not an apology. I'm sorry. In me, I'm saying sorry for this movie. I'm sorry for. I have to apologize for this review, otherwise people get pissed. No, scoop. But I'm not saying I'm sorry, which means it's too bad. So you get what I mean? If I would, I would jump through this, strangle every one of these people. And especially these people know that these people, this cult, these people are nutcases, but yet they don't get the brain cells to figure that out. Oh, this is just part of all of our ceremony. Screw your ceremony. When I see a guy who gets his face smashed in, I'm hauling ass out of there. I'm getting the hell out of there, and I'm going all the way back. As this common sense does not exist in this movie. It doesn't. Oh, but they're drugged up, though. The girl's drugged up, the boyfriend's drugged up. That's why he did the thing. And although, it doesn't really matter, though, because I don't care about the characters. I don't. They make stupid decisions to do that, and it just agitates me to no end. I just don't get it. 5 stars, my ass it is. Deserves 5 stars. But like I said, if you like this film, that's fine. I'm glad you like the movie. I really do. But in my opinion, I hate it. I hate this film because the characters are shitty, the story's boring, even the pacing is boring because this should not be close to 2.5 hours. Almost 2.5 hours for this. Like, the whole time they're just walking around, they're dancing, which seems like an eternity. Dancing, what I think was for the girl that was dancing with the people, it does seem like for an eternity. No one has common sense in this movie. They don't. The girl who has basically just farting out of her mouth. And all the girls, they're crying with her. Ooh! Or all the girls around the boyfriend screwing this one girl. They're all singing. Ooh! All around him naked. A bunch of flowers. Hey, flower power. Yeah. And this is what they do. This is what you want to take to a girl who's just lost her whole family in this disturbed state of mind. But it doesn't matter at the end because she becomes crazy anyway. She's covered in flowers. She sees the Wicker Man. Building burn with a guy in a bear suit, the boyfriend in the bear suit, just like Nicolas Cage was in a bear suit, and the thing gets burned down with people in it, just like Nicolas Cage in the Wicker Man. I know the original, the same thing though, but I'm just pointing out because the Wicker Man is more. It was like that. Like I said, the 2006 remake with Nicolas Cage is much better than this. Because Nicolas Cage, he's punching, kicking people, and he was wearing the bear suit as well. I would rather take not the laughable scene of not the bees, over any of this humor. If there was attempted humor, that scene in Wicker Man is better than anything. Sense of humor. Yeah, the Wicker Man from 2006 is laughable and crappy and shitty, but the thing is, though, I like Nicolas Cage, but it wasn't his. It was a script that made him do those things. But then, do these critics know that they this film is praising a partial of the movie that just ripped off the ending of The Wicker Man. I'm sorry, Ari Aster, he's an overrated director. In my opinion, he is. This film was overrated. Hereditary is overrated. But I think this film is even worse. Because no character has any common sense, no brain cells to figure to freaking leave when they have the chance. And when you care about your freaking thesis more than your own safety, yeah. Oh, that's my thesis. You're stealing my thesis. Go get your own subject. Like I said, you saw 2 old people die. That's what you care about is your thesis. Give me a fucking break. This film's gonna give me a freaking migraine right now because I was pressing my fingers like this so much. It's gonna give me a freaking migraine. Yeah, this film literally gives me a migraine. 83% Rotten Tomatoes, 7.1 IMDb, doesn't deserve that. And this film, I don't see the whole freaking pass for this movie is. I don't. I don't know what I can say. Midsommar. I hate this movie. It's overrated. Like I said, I'll stick with my good horror films. I'll stick to it with my Maximum Overdrive, my Deep Rising, The Relic, The Blob. John Carpenter's a thing, I'm sorry. And referring to the horror films of nowadays, this is supposed to be scary. It's not scary. It is not creepy, and nor suspenseful. Malignant. Go check out the movie Malignant. If you can find it on HBO Max, fine. But check out Malignant. It is worth your time and money. In my opinion, it did because I love the characters, especially the lead girl and the twist as well. As a the character Gabriel, better villain, and it was a kick-ass villain, just doing flips and just stabbing, murdering people left and right. If you see Malignant, you know what I'm talking about. And as I said, Maximum Overdrive, I just reviewed that. It's highly underrated. That gets a lot of shit. Don't understand it. Like I said, I could just imagine all these people just like right after you take the ending of this, and then they're cheering, whatever gets interrupted. All of a sudden, they hear AC/DC. The Green Goblin truck comes in, runs everybody over, and all of a sudden Gabriel shows up, slashing people to bits. To me, that's a much better movie. I get much more enjoyment and satisfactory from it. I'm like, yeah, kill these people because they're crazy. Kill this murderous cult. I could just see it right now. I can just see it. My mind just wanders like that. Oh my god. I think this would be a big rant. So yeah. Hey, some people were looking forward to this rant, or my movie review of this film. Hey, I hope you enjoyed this rant, this big rant. Overrated as hell, and it's so overrated. I don't get the pass for it. I don't get this praise for the dialogue, the script, the acting, the stupid decisions, and the director should not do another film again. I think he's an overrated director. I'm sorry. James Wan beat you to it with Malignant. Or The Conjuring. Or, hell, the first Saw film. So yeah, that's my big rant on Midsommar. Hope you enjoyed this. Like I said, I did this all because it's just for fun, because it's fun to unleash all this aggression out. A film that you hate so much. I know it's just a movie, but still. I'm doing this for fun, and I get excitement from it. it excites me, to see how to be able to see my reactions to this. So yeah, that's my big rant on Midsommar. It's an overrated piece of shit, and I'm glad I'll never see this film again. And like I said, I will stick with my other horror films I enjoy, that I love. Well, this film gets a pass, and the other ones get shit on. Or go check out Malignant. Much better, suspenseful, creepiness, or it's not scary, but still better horror movie than Midsommar. So yeah, that's my review for Midsommar. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next review for Halloween month, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.